What's going on, guys? Today I just want to do a quick tutorial of what I learned today because I think it's pretty amazing. So let's get into it. Once again, guys, welcome back to the channel. So I really started to get into Go High Level. My whole goal is to get certified by them, and then I just keep learning different things throughout the day. And you know, there's always so much information to learn, right? So I was going through the videos, and he's like, "Hey, you can make a LinkTree," and I was like, "I've heard of that before. What is that?" You know, and he's like, "Oh, you know how you're on social media and Instagram and TikTok, they allow you to have one link, in your profile description that's clickable, right? So basically a link tree is one place to click, and then it has all these different links of whatever your service is or wherever you want to direct somebody. So I figured I'd just make a quick little video on what I learned and why it's important and that kind of thing. So I'll just move my head around and I'll work on the other screen. So if you go to sites, right, I already made one. So Go High Level, again, if you want to learn more about it. I'm not actually an affiliate yet, so I don't have an affiliate link, and I'll explain more about that as I learn more, right? So basically, you go to sites, and I got to make sure that I'm in the King Entertainment site, right? And then up here, websites. I already made one, right? So I just made two of these already, and then I was like, well, man, I got to get really good at it if I want to get certified, right? So let's go ahead and make another one. So I'll go to new website, and then I'll go LinkTree trial or test. Yeah, let's do LinkTree test. So I'll create one of those. And you might be asking yourself, like, why is this kind of like important? It's so that you can direct, everybody with just one link. So I'm going to add a new page. LinkTree YouTube test. There we go. Boom. Pretty easy there. Create new page. And again, all these services, many services are located inside of Go High Level, and it could be like your one-stop shop. Now, the more I think about it, I'm still going to keep DJ Event Planner, but there's so many other services that I pay for regularly that it'll just pay for itself. Like MailChimp, all by itself, is $100 a month. So basically, you want to make a website, you do a column, and then you want to, well, actually, while we're here, right, whatever your color is, or if you wanted a background. So if I did background, I can make it blue or whatever, right? Let's say you wanted an image or a gradient, right? You would just go to background image, boom, and then they have all these pre-stock images already updated my logo. So they have different places for you to check. So if you want it Unsplash or Pixabay, right, or I can just do backgrounds, like, oh, let's go with that, that's a blue, insert media, and then we'll go back to here, make it clear so you can see through it. Or maybe if I didn't want that, boom, see, that's why we do test and keep running. Background image, backgrounds, let's make it a different color so I can see I did something right. There we go, perfect, look at that, sweet. And I'll move my head over here in the middle, how about that, boom. So definitely want to do that. Add a column. When you have a column, you want it to be mobile ready. So over here you have a width, so you bring that to 35, and boom, now we have a column. Let's say that you wanted to do an image here, so I'll do an image, add image, or add element, and then go to image, boom. And over here, which image would you like? I already entered my logo, so we can upload that, or upload one. One's already loaded. Boy, that's pretty big, right? So I've only had $1 for every time I heard that. All right, so 150 here, 150 here, boom. So we have that. And then, of course, underneath there is where you're going to need all your buttons. So you're going to go and add buttons. Buttons, sweet. So, and then, of course, let's say over here it's your website, right? Text is located over here on your right. Scroll down a little bit, and we'll say website, boom. Website. If I knew how to spell, when you're on camera, website, boom. And then another thing, you want to make sure that your buttons are full width, because your text per button will be different, right? One could be shorter or smaller, it just won't look uniform, right? So go to advanced and find your full width, which is full width, fill width, right? So there's your website. You're probably thinking that color is kind of blah. So we go back to general, change your color. What goes with what I got going on over here? I'm not really a graphic designer, but a little A little too light, right? Darker. Hey, say you didn't like, I don't really like, maybe that. Pink. Pink. There we go. You get the idea. You can change the color. And if you wanted a custom color, you just click on that and then boom. Get your pixel color definer scanner. Plenty of free ones of those on the website. You can get one of those and pick whatever color that you want. And then let's say that I thought that this website wasn't bold enough, so we wanted it to be bigger. Boom. Now it's really big. Or I can make it smaller because it's kind of awkward looking. Click on the right box. And then that's sub font. So if you said website, and then under there, if you wanted it to say, you know, check out our latest content kind of thing. But if you go up here, spacing is normal, right? Font size is normal, but we'll say I wanted it bold. Color. Change the color of the font. You can do black if you want it. There you go. Now you can really see it. And then, of course, if you want to change it, like book now, boom, book now, or something like that. And then underneath, you want a website to go to. But right here, I'm going to put website. So underneath book now, and we'll show you about other buttons here in a second. Website. And then when it comes to URL, you want to make sure that you have your correct website with HTML and all that stuff. So I'll just click the home button. And then as it loads, copy that. Go back to a high level. Boom. There you go. And then now when they click on that, it'll go straight to the website. And then you're probably going to want another button for something else, right? So go over here, and then you can change your padding. Say you want that to be a little separated. Got to keep them separated. So delete that. Copy that, because the next time you copy the next button, it'll be the same padding on the bottom. So we can just click on here, change it, of course, to website. It's already there because all we did was copy and paste. And then you can have your YouTube link, or we'll do Instagram because it's right here. And then paste that into here. And then go to your wording. And since I said Instagram, right? There was one thing I wanted to change about the font, right, real quick. There was one thing I was scrolling through, headline font, if you wanted to change it to, you know, something thicker or custom, right? Or headline font. And then there's, you know, if you wanted it to be thicker, medium weight, then you got your size, your spacing. And there was one thing too that he kind of showed that was interesting. You go to advance and then do border. See, right here it says no border, but you want full border. And then you want to change it to the same color that we had, the pink. And then let's do radius 50. And now we have curved pill buttons. And since I didn't do that in the first one, see how easy it is to copy and paste. And now we have another button, same uniform length. Website's right there. Boom. Instagram. And then you get the idea. You just keep going, right? I'll copy the Instagram link real quick. Put that over here. Perfect. Sweet. So now if I had a bunch of these buttons, you can see that it just keeps going down, and you can have all your different links and stuff. I'll take my head and move it over here. Boom. Now, one more part, right? Let's say you wanted an offer on the bottom. Do full length on the bottom. We're going to change the color of this one because we want it to stand out. And let's say we wanted to make it pink, or this color. Perfect. And then at the bottom, you want to make it stick to the bottom. So as it scrolls, it'll stay at the bottom. So if we go to this view, your offer will stay here and it won't leave. Like if you had 30 more of these, your offer wouldn't change. So we would add here, do another column, right? Now remember, we want to keep the spacing at 35. The width So click on the column box. See, it's 100%. We're going to make it 35. Boom. And then we're going to put another button. Sweet. Make sure it gets in the right box. And then remember what we did? We did full length, full width, right? Boom. And you could say, oops, delete that. Doop. Because it goes here. Jeez. That's why we do practice runs. Boom. Now we want button. Sweet. Boom. Again, back to the 35. Click on the blue part, which is column. And then back to here, which is full width. Nice. And then we're going to do the round edges again. We want to change the button color, right? Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Purple, maybe. Darker purple. Boom. There it is. And you can say, like, over here, where you could say something like, click. Click to click to sign up, I guess works. And then of course over here you do a website. If you had a Calendly link, you'd put that in there. So basically when you do your click to sign up, make sure it opens to a pop to a website. Click to sign up. You can have subtext if you want. Do your URL. Maybe you'll have a Calendly link. Go High Level has their own Calendly service as well if you wanted to cancel your Calendly subscription, or if you had a website where people put their information in. And then again, the importance of this is that you have one link that'll sign up to everything, and then you can also look at the mobile view, and then now everybody has access to all of your stuff and they can all do it with their phone. So just post some more information as I learn it. So I looked up earlier how much LinkTree was, and LinkTree is $7.50 a month, something like that. So just keep that in mind. Of just one small value of how it adds up with the service. So once again, if you guys like the video, want to learn more, drop a comment, visit me on the website. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.